The Cougars face a potentially difficult slate with a rebuilt roster. Pac-12 media picked them 5th in the North. Be your own judge as we break down each game on the Cougs' schedule. Sept. 1 at Wyoming, 12:30 p.m. CBS Sports. Mike Leach gets to coach in the state he grew up in without having to answer endless questions about his team's failures in season openers. Not after the Cougars beat Montana State 31-0 in last year's opener, the first time they started 1-0 since 2011. But Wyoming is a much bigger test, particularly with the game being in Laramie. This is a huge game for WSU. Game 2, September 8th vs. San Jose State, 8 p.m. Pac-12 networks. This is a game the Cougars have to win. San Jose State, which plays in the Mountain West Conference, was 2-11 last season. Since beating Stanford in 2006, the Spartans are 0-13 against Pac-12 schools. Game the 3rd of September. 15 vs. Eastern Wash. 5 p.m. Pac-12 networks. Eastern Washington defeated WSU 45-42 in the Cougars season opener in 2016, a game in which Eastern quarterback Gabe Gubrud completed 34 of 40 passes for 474 yards and 5 touchdowns. He also rushed for 77 yards and set a school record with 551 yards of total offense. Gubrud is now a senior, and WSU had better be ready. Game the 4th of September. 22 at USC, 7:30 p.m. ESPN. Washington State had perhaps its biggest victory in coach Mike Leach's tenure when it beat the 5th-ranked Trojans 30-27 at home last season in front of a national TV audience to improve to 5-0. The Trojans won't have quarterback Sam Darnold, who left early for the NFL, but they always have plenty of talent and were picked by the media to win the Pac-12 South. Game the 5th of September, 29 vs. Utah. Time and TVTBA. The Cougars have beaten the Utes in their past 3 meetings, including a huge 33-25 road win last season that gave them a 9-2 record. Utah was picked 2nd in the Pac-12 South by the media, so WSU will have to play well to win its homecoming game. Game the 6th of October. 6 at Oregon State. Time and TVTBA. Luke Falk, WSU's Pac-12 record-setting QB, had some of his best games against Oregon State, leading the Cougars to victories over the Beavers the past 4 seasons. Will that success continue for Washington State with a different quarterback? Even with the game in Corvallis, this is a game WSU should win. Game the 7th of October, 20 vs. Oregon. Time and TVTBA. The Cougars have defeated the Ducks the past 3 seasons, including last season's 33-10 victory in which the Ducks had just 277 yards of offense. But Oregon star quarterback Justin Herbert didn't play in that game because of an injury. At least the Cougars will get an extra week to prepare for the Heisman Trophy candidate. Game the 8th of October, 27 at Stanford. Time and TVTBA. The Cougars have beaten the Cardinal the past 2 seasons. The key last year was holding Stanford to 198 yards of total offense, and star running back Bryce Love was limited to just 69 yards on 16 carries, the only time all season he rushed for less than 100 yards. Stopping Love, who returned for his senior season, will once again be the top priority. Game 9, November 3rd vs. California. Time and TVTBA. The Cougars get a chance to avenge what might have been the most disappointing loss in coach Mike Leach's 6 years at WSU. The Cougars lost 37-3 last season to a very average Cal team despite entering the game 6-0 and ranked 8th in the country. Expect a better game from WSU this season. Game the 10th of November. 10 at Colorado. Time and TVTBA. This figures to be a competitive game with WSU picked 5th in the Pac-12 North and Colorado picked 5th in the Pac-12 South. The Cougars shut out Colorado last season, 28-0, their first Pac-12 shutout in 23 years. It won't be easy, but this is the type of game WSU must win. Game the 11th of November. 17 vs. Arizona time and TVTBA. Can the Cougars stop Arizona star quarterback Khalil Tate? They certainly could not last season, as he threw for 275 yards and 2 touchdowns and rushed for 146 yards and a score in the Wildcats' 58-37 victory. On the plus side for WSU, this time the game is in Pullman. Game the 12th of November 23 versus Washington 5:30 p.m. Fox. The Cougars have lost the past 5 Apple Cups, and the past 4 have been routes. The Cougars have had little success offensively against the Huskies, averaging just 14.2 points a game in the past 5 matchups. They will need to do better to have a chance this season, but the game is in Pullman, and that is a positive for WSU.